Yo, we back, man. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphk Show, whichever way you would like to slice it.
Yes, sir. Got my big bro in the building. What it do, man?
Oh, man, I'm cooling, brother. I've been ready to talk some shit, man. I was going to do a solo show, but I said, man, I got to get on the screen with my dog, man, because there's so much shit happening, man. We really don't really know what's even going on, bro. 1 minute something come out, it's 1 minute is cap, the next minute is not. It's just too much going on, bro. We definitely got to get together and chop it up, brother.
Well, let's do this real quick. While we weren't live, I did my coffee and convo this morning. Something happened right now. We brought someone in. Defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I talked to you on the phone about this, right? A potential, you guys, replacement just in case Patrick Graham does decide or finds a head coaching job next offseason. A guy that has a lot of experience right now, right? Coming over from Jacksonville, top 10 against the run. They did struggle. The defense did struggle last year with Jacksonville, man. But I'm going to be real with you. They were kind of, look, it's not all Mike Caldwell's fault, but we have brought in Mike Caldwell to be our linebackers coach and run game coordinator. I think this is a great hire, Wasted. How you feeling about this, man?
Bro, I think it's a great hire, too, because you got to look at the struggles in context, right? Like,
yeah.
The other 2 years, Mike Caldwell's defense was a top 8 defense, right? Mm-hmm. Then they lose Trevor Lawrence, and then magically the team starts to struggle. They were a team that was headed towards the playoffs, and they lost a lot of their last few games because Trevor Lawrence was hurt.
Yeah.
So now you got a lot of 3 and outs. You got a tired defense. You got turnovers. You got things like that because the backup situation down in Jacksonville is not optimal. So, bro, anytime your backup is playing, it's very rare that your backup is able to weather the storm and get you to where you need to be, such as, a guy like a Joe Flacco did with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
They weren't as fortunate.
Yeah, fact.
And the correlation between the way that team kind of took a nosedive, even though Trevor Lawrence was there for some of those games, most of those games were when Trevor Lawrence was hurt or compromised with that high ankle sprain.
Yep, facts. And real quick, man, shout out to Pro Football Rumors. The Jaguars posted middling numbers in several defensive categories in 2023, but the team did rank 9th in rushing yards allowed. Caldwell will look to duplicate that success with the Raiders as he quickly moves to a new role on the NFL staff. The 52-year-old, remember this, you guys, another former player. Caldwell will look to duplicate the success with the Raiders as he quickly moves on to a new role in the NFL staff. The 52-year-old previously served as a linebackers coach with the Eagles, Cardinals, Jets, and Buccaneers before getting his first coordinator gig in Jacksonville. Also, the Ravens were among teams which showed interest in Caldwell for their linebackers coaching vacancy, which is big because the Baltimore Ravens have a stout defense. The same is true of the Eagles and the Bills, but Caldwell will instead join a Raiders staff, which includes defensive coordinator Patrick Graham. The latter was a head coaching candidate, but with all 8 vacancies filled on that front, any move would be a lateral one. The Raiders made it clear early in the hiring process that they would like to block any Graham coordinator interviews. So at this point, we have a guy, man, that has a lot of previous experience at the NFL level, a guy that's kind of returning back to what he did great, which is a linebackers coach. Technically, if you guys want to beat him up a little bit, he did fail as a defensive coordinator year one, and you said it with their starting quarterback going down, some pieces around there hurt. it didn't really go all the way, all that great, especially coming off that great playoff appearance, beating the Chargers. Jacksonville was one of those kind of dark horse teams this year. Wasted, you know what I'm saying?
They were supposed to take that jump. I mean, that's what happens when you draft a guy number one, and Trevor Lawrence, who was also that was the last generational talent that was coming out of the draft, right? So he was Caleb Williams before Caleb Williams, right? Mm-hmm. The thing about Mike Caldwell, right? And we got to look at this in context. Like I said, the quarterback got hurt. Once the quarterback gets hurt, all bets are off. Now, Doug Peterson is had a whole staff of guys on that defensive side of the ball that he's gotten rid of.
Yeah.
He's got a whole staff of guys. I think that the owner is not really receptive to hearing any excuses. I'm going to be real with you. Yeah. And I think Doug Peterson did this strictly for self-preservation. I don't think that, Mike Caldwell and them failed over it. I really don't. And I think it's a great thing to have a guy who has defense coordinator experience, another competent guy in the building, also another former player. So we probably have the most credible coaching staff in football.
Easy. And where do we struggle on the defensive side of the football last year, Wasted? Where do we struggle? We struggled against the run.
That's right. We struggled against the run.
And this is a guy that can come in immediately and help us get that together. Salute to everybody. Salute to Sports Talk with G on becoming a member. We appreciate you, brother. If you guys want to hit the join button on both channels, and I see someone asked Wasted to post the join button. If you can, just go over to Wasted's channel, hit the join button. That is where his membership is right there. It's an easy thing. I see a lot of people in the nation excited about this move. I see a lot of people saying, I love the hire. And like I said before, you guys, a guy with experience as a defensive coordinator, just in case Patrick Graham, which I do believe we're going to have a top 5 defense this year. I don't care. I'm putting it out there in the universe with all these great minds, with Caldwell, with Marvin Lewis, with Antonio Pierce, Patrick Graham, Rob Ryan. There's just so much going on the defensive side of the football, man. I do believe at some point Graham is going to find that head coaching spot. And this is a guy that could potentially just take over the defensive coordinator's spot for him. And we can keep this train rolling.
Bro, and you know what's good about that too? You're bringing some of the best defensive minds together. Also, you're bringing some of the cultures from some of the better defenses over the last 10 to 15 years in when you bring in Mike Caldwell. He's been a guy that's been there with the Jets. The Jets have had some really great defenses. He's been a guy that's been there with the Eagles and got a taste of how they do things over there.
Yeah, and also there's an interesting name out there in free agency right now, Wasted, a guy named Josh Allen. I don't know if we want to pay an edge rusher, but this is a guy that we should have drafted when we went and got Clee. And you know what I mean? And there's an opportunity to fix that. And I don't know what we're going to do. I think we are going to approach the defensive side of the football. Like you've been saying, man, we're going to be a defensive-minded team now. You know what I'm saying? And I can definitely see us approaching free agency on the defensive side of the football. Josh Allen would be an interesting name. With Malcolm Kuntz on a 1-year deal, with Tyree getting pushed to the interior of that defensive line, and with now, Janarius Robinson with the DUI, we don't know where he is in terms of we're going to bring him back. Is he going to be cut? Like, are they going to give him the Roderick team?
Bring him back. We had this discussion. I know. Bring that man back, bro. It sets a dangerous precedent because you are in Las Vegas, and I know that you want to have this zero tolerance policy, but what happens when it's a guy that you can't cut? You got to take it in a case-by-case basis, person-by-person basis, and to be quite honest with you, we don't know what else led up to the Roderick Teamer thing. Roderick Teamer could have been on thin ice before he got that.
He was on the IR and kind of was up and down. He wasn't really getting a lot of reps at the safety spot. He was kind of a special teams guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, yeah, you're right. We don't know what happened with him behind the scenes. There may have been some more stuff leading up to this. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. I love the young kid was a baller at Florida State. We talked about this on the phone earlier today. Like, this guy was a 4th rounder. I think he should have went earlier with all the talent that he possessed at Florida State. But a guy that didn't have sexy stats by any means, you know what I'm saying? But he started to finally get it together. We shall see where we are in terms of this. Salute to Mike, man. When y'all two don't go live, YouTube don't feel the same. Oh, man. My God, man, Mike Noah, we appreciate you, man. And appreciate the almost 600 people already here in the building, man. Let me see. Chris, you're right. Teamer got a DUI before a game as well. So the storylines are a little different, but
there's nuance in it. When you hear DUI, it's just you think DUI, right? But hey, Graphk, I gotta put my hat on, in my regular life.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it how I think about it when I'm at work, right?
Yeah.
There's nuance in this. Mm-hmm. There's nuance. Oh yes, the porn background is back, baby.
Don't. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, yo, man, Hey, man, it may get a little crazy over there.
It might get a little spooky here. It might, everybody.
Yeah, salute to Moody, man. Allen would be great with Maxx. This is facts, man. That would be a mean 1-2 punch right there. Definitely. But I think Josh Allen's going to get paid a shit ton of money in free agency. I don't know if that's a realistic option. I mean,
I don't think so either, because we have to focus on the middle of the defense. And also, like, if I'm being honest, we definitely need to pour into that, because look, man, if Patrick Mahomes and they're trying to make him Superman, and it makes me throw up in my mouth thinking about him winning the Super Bowl this Sunday. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I won't watch 1 minute of that fucking thing. And it's not just because they're in it, it's because they're playing in our stadium. I can't do it. I won't even watch Usher at halftime. F him. You know what I'm saying? He got a little too close to my woman last time we was out there last time. Damn, Usher.
Hey, Usher will do it. Usher will do that all day, every day.
Usher will get his monkey ass whip embarrassing me.
I'm trying to find his market value real quick. His market value is $23.9 million, $24 million a year.
That's too much. That's money you can give to Chris Jones or somebody.
Christian Wilkins, one of those big time DTs. But either way, you never know. We don't know the relationship between him and Josh Allen. Maybe something comes into fruition. That's something to definitely monitor going into free agency, man. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I heard Tima's DUI was from under the influence of weed. Okay, I mean, if that, damn, all right.
That ain't that. Everybody smoked the Critidon in the NFL. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not even illegal anymore, right?
Bro, I don't know if you can get banged on it, and I don't think you do, because, like, bro, to be real with you, they should be allowing those guys to do pain management with marijuana. Yeah. That's one thing that Ricky Williams always advocated for, and he lost most of his career over it. There were a lot of guys who lost their career over marijuana, man, and it sucks, because they want to get these guys hopped up on all of these different chemicals, and it's probably better for them to go that route with it.
He said your background look like Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that's right. What a great movie, bruh.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn, George Clooney.
Fire.
Vampire Hunting. Oh, man, what a great movie. I gotta watch that movie again, man.
Hey, real quick, man. Yes, the Raiders have hired Mike Caldwell as our run game coordinator and our linebackers coach, another former player to add to our staff. We just added Deshaun Foster as well as our running backs coach, man. So we are adding a shit ton of NFL experience. Let's just say that, former players. I love to hire you guys on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, man. How do you rank this hiring right here, Wasted?
Man, this hire is a 9 for me, bro. Because of the level of experience. This is a guy that you don't got to hold his hand, and you know that there's going to be heavy player development.
Yeah.
Heavy player development. I think that's one thing that's always been missing for the Raiders for the last 20 years. I think sometimes when Al was alive, Al used to promote guys that probably shouldn't be coaches, or it would be their first coaching job. Mm-hmm. And it's no disrespect to guys. You have some legends that got their start here, guys like Rob Woodson and stuff like that. Harbaugh got his start here as a coach. Mm-hmm. But I like having a seasoned staff of coaches, guys who have developed players before, guys who know what it takes to get the most out of their guys. And a level to where if somebody moves on and this defense becomes the Lex Luthor to Patrick Mahomes Superman, and people start picking, raiding the cupboards, we got somebody that can step right in the line. It reminds me of the early, and I'm not saying this defense is the Ravens defense. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, from a coaching perspective, the Ravens defense of the early 2000s had a who's who of coaches over there, a who's who, and Ray Lewis and them guys, and Peter Boulware, and I'm talking about the original Ravens defense. I'm talking about pre-Ed Reed, the Rod Woodson and Smith and all of those guys, man. Listen, they got a lot of guys' jobs. They got Mike Nolan a job. They got Marvin Lewis a job. They got a lot of guys head coaching jobs, man. Rex Ryan. Yeah,
but it says a lot also, you guys, for the Ravens to want to bring him in as the linebackers coach. A great defense. The Eagles, I know they kind of started to shit the bed this last season, but they had a stout defense for a while. The Bills defense had a lot of injuries, but it's still a really good defense. To see Caldwell get interviews with them and then come over here, I think he sees, what he can do out here in Las Vegas and what we're building. And I'm excited that our young guys, man, like Luke Masterson, Divine Diablo, Amari Burney, potentially Darian Butler if he comes back from that injury. Like all these young guys, I'm excited to see what he can do with that talent.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Especially a Swiss Army knife kind of a linebacker like Luke Masterson.
Yeah.
Luke Masterson can play the will. He can play the mic. You know what I'm saying? And he's a guy who's played special teams. He is a very valuable guy. Like, I love the fact that if we add another linebacker to this linebacking core, now that becomes a strength of this team now.
Yeah.
We used to say it was a weakness, but the way that Spill has played, we were thinking last year we got one linebacker as Divine Diablo. If Divine Diablo can make that ascension and his God-given ability can line up with the mental in this scheme, we can have an all-pro linebacker right there. Divine Diablo is very, very talented, right?
Former safety at the collegiate level. So, he can cover at some capacity. We haven't really gotten an opportunity to see that, but maybe Caldwell can unlock that.
Yeah. And you know what? And Spill, listen, man, they said that he couldn't cover. Man, he showed everybody. Yeah. He dropped in the coverage a lot last year. He was excellent in coverage, right? So now if you add another linebacker, you develop a Luke Masterson. You develop an Amari Burney. Now this is a strength. Now the safety room is a strength.
And we still have a kid named Curtis Bolton that these guys love as well. And he's still pretty, he's still fairly young. So I'm excited to see what this linebacking core looks like, especially after the draft. I don't think we're going to approach the linebacker position too much in free agency. I don't think they want to overpay at the linebacker spot, especially with the head coach that's a former UDFA linebacker. I think they're going to, kind of pick their poison in the draft, so to speak. Salute to Chris. What it do, nation? Cannot wait until August. Great moves on the staff. Salute to my guy Chris for the $5 donation. Salute to our brother Robert as well. And the Ravens had nada. DT is key. Salute to my guy, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see what we do at the defensive tackle position, man. I'm excited for that. Salute to my guy Robert, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Squid, my brother in the building, man. Hit them likes, you guys. Pay your bar tabs. Wipe them feet, man. It definitely helps what we do over here at Shieldmore. We appreciate all you guys for rocking with us today. Salute to my brother Raider Squid in the building, man. Let me see. 2 deadly venoms of Shieldmore, Wasted and Graphk. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Jack Burton.
He brought back the old Saturday Kung Fu flicks. The 2 deadly venoms. It's not 5, but it's 2 right now. You remember? You remember after wrestling would go off?
Yep.
I do. When it was raining outside, bro, you watch some Kung Fu flicks, bro.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, bro. You can pause me if you like, because I like to say that because I know Wasted likes to pause meat and potatoes. Okay, let's get to the shits. Okay, let's get to it. All right, you can't pause meat and potatoes, bro. You can't pause that.
Listen. I've said
it's one that speaks about meat a lot. You.
No. We have never heard me. Stop your lies, bro.
Okay.
Never.
But I want to ask you about this. Okay, so. Everybody kind of lost their shit today on the internet. Chad Ochocinco. And what's funny is he was kind of, I don't know if you guys seen on Twitter, but he was kind of alluding to what he was doing because he was on a jet, right? And usually Chad is such a he's a cheap guy. You know what I'm saying? Eats McDonald's, flies Spirit. He's a guy that's very smart with his money. I don't want to call him cheap. I want to say he's very smart with his money, right? So he was on a jet. I didn't realize when he posted this picture and he had the Hondo socks. Salute to our brother Hondo.
Yes, sir.
With the black Air Force Ones. And he posted a picture and I didn't think about this. Shout out to our guy Mo. Frugal, very frugal. There you go. Mo posted and said, I think he was kind of alluding to it. So he had the Air Forces and then he comes out and meets up with Antonio Pierce in Las Vegas. And then he starts throwing this narrative out there that he is about to sign to some capacity, right? Now, some people were saying wide receivers coach. We have our wide receivers coach. Now, some people are saying that he may be assistant wide receivers coach. I think that's cap. Now, Chad said something along the lines on Instagram about it's not technically the staff per se. I you know what I mean? But at some capacity, he's going to be working with this. I'm assuming that this is going to be a guy that is going to come in kind of like how Tom Coughlin's technically not on the staff, but a guy that he can lean on. That's going to help with the offensive side of the football. You know what I mean? Maybe he just comes in here and there. Maybe he's hired, it's just a guy that can come in once in a blue moon and kind of help the young guys. Maybe a Trey Tucker. You know what I mean? I don't think that I think that he was trolling. I think that, I said this earlier, and I want to ask your take on this. I don't think that, Antonio Pierce did kind of play along with it and said, we're bringing on all former players, and he's going to help 17, which is Devontae Adams, right? We talked about something interesting on the phone, and I want people who don't really remember the Huzmanzada in Chad Ochocinco or Chad Johnson at the time, Cincinnati Bengals duo, right? And this was a guy that relied heavily on his footwork and his athleticism. Bring up what you said to me, because remember we were like, damn, I don't think anybody else.
People don't realize like Chad Johnson is not the X's and O's guy. Like Hoosh, even when they were in college, because they were in college together, you used to have to tell him where to line up.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer used to have to tell him. That's the reason why when he came to the Patriots, everybody thought, oh, he's going to go crazy with Brady. And it was like, nothing happened because he couldn't understand the offense.
Yeah.
So Chad Johnson, one thing about him with footwork, as far as what you do at the line of scrimmage as a receiver,
yeah,
he can help you with that.
Phenomenal.
But as an actual coach, Chad Johnson is a guy who the Raiders are the happening thing right now, guys. They Definitely. Are. We're the happening thing right now. We're back as far as that goes. The Raiders.
Hey, hold on. Say that again real quick.
We back, bro. We the happening thing, bro. Yo, we the thing, bro.
That Wasted Talent has ever said on this screen. And you said some great things, bro. But that sounds so beautiful, bro.
Bro, don't it? Don't it, bro? Like we back. Like we the place that everybody want to be. It reminds me of how like all of the rappers were showing up to the University of Colorado's practices and shit like that. That's what Raiders are right now. Like we're that in the NFL.
We have more success.
We got more substance. We're gonna have more success if we have more substance. With Prime, I think Prime will get it right. He got, but we don't want to get into Colorado, right?
Oh, real quick. I want to hear what you said, but salute, blessings, brother. Hope all is great. Have a great night and even better day tomorrow. Salute to our brother, Jason Hunter. But Squiz had just caught up with Chad Johnson, and no, he's not joining Antonio Pierce's Raiders staff, just having some fun on social media. Paul Gutierrez. And people lost their shit, started doing videos and all that other stuff. And I'm like, dog, y'all gotta be able to read a room, brother. But go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, bro, look, it's the place to be. Las Vegas is the place to be. This team is the place to be, right? And there was a time, bro, where I posted a video on my Instagram today, right? And I'll never forget this. When Metallica pulled up to our last home playoff game against the Titans in the AFC Championship game, and they pulled up on the 18-wheeler and they dropped the 18-wheeler and they destroyed shit. Yeah. Like, even if you don't like rock music, to me, I like all kind of music. I've always fucked with Metallica. You know why? Because I know Hetfield is a Raider fan, and it just feels Raiderous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We hear that.
I don't win. Just
like for whom the bell tolls. Like when you hear that shit, it just feels like some Raider shit, and it's like, bruh, this energy that's around the Raiders, everybody want to be a part of it, and I love that shit. Yeah. Former players that weren't even Raiders want to be around it, and it's such a beautiful thing to see, man.
Salute to Jason, man, for gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. Salute to our brother, man, and salute to all the new members on Wasted channel. We appreciate that, Jay. As always, my brother, much love. And Mutation put a $5 super out there also and said the same thing. So there you go. From Paul Gutierrez, just caught up with Chad Johnson, and no, he's not joining Antonio. I just laughed at this when it came out. Salute to Mutation. I knew it was cap, you know what I mean? But let's have some fun with it. You know what I mean? I get it, but it's like some people got to kind of kick back. I think we kind of learned from the Cliff Kingsbury thing. I'm going to sit my ass back now moving forward. I'm going to wait until I see what the hell, how it plays out, because
it's too many moving parts today, bro. Like the thing about it, about what I don't like about the drive-by media, not to use a Rush Limbaugh thing, because he used to say that all the time. Rest in peace to that guy, right? Even though he was a doucher. Not saying let me stop saying that.
Rest in peace to that guy, but he was a doucher.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, when you talk about the media, they should be right more than first. Yeah. And it's this thing now where everybody wants to be first more than right. And I got a real big problem with that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Factory. Salute to Victor also for becoming a member, man. Salute to our dog. And salute to Mo Money, man. That shit ain't leather, man.
Yeah, shit ain't this shit definitely ain't leather.
Yeah. Salute. Factory outlet, man. Salute the Ridgeback. He says Sanjit gotta retract that video, man. Well, let me say this. So I went and actually watched Sanjit's video, and he did say on the on the title that he was our coach, but he also said, I don't know if it's true or not. He just kind of read off the internet what was going on. So salute to Sanjit. I was not trying to shit on Sanjit, but I also knew that it just smelled like cappuccino wasted.
Yeah, bro. I mean, come on, dog. Chat. Like, bro. All right. So look, yo, new rumor. You know, our offensive assistant is gonna be Antonio Brown. Actually, Randy Moss. Yeah. How about that? Like, guys, you guys got to use your brains out here. And I know our audience does because they're very, very bright.
Very bright. Because they help actually make these shows phenomenal the way they are.
Yeah, they definitely do. Most people, guys, you guys got to realize something. We live in an era where people just want to be first.
Yeah.
And you have to sit back and sift through the bullshit. Now, the thing that the Cliff Kingsbury thing taught me is that until the ink is dry in a contract, it ain't leather.
This shit ain't leather. That shit ain't leather, man. Facts. And Intel says it right. First sales, right, is irrelevant nowadays. The thing is, we said this on the phone, like people are entertained more by lies than the truth. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. These days, you know, let me just say this. I actually respect the media that kicks back, lets shit play out, comes with the facts, and then talks about it. You know, with us, this is what we do, right? If something comes up, we'll talk about it. We'll debunk the rumor, or we'll say, oh, it could be real. It could be true, or it could be this, or it could be that. We never really just come on here and say, oh, it happened. It happened, unless we got some inside scoop on knowing if it happened or not. But, you know what I mean? I knew that if you guys don't follow Chad Ochocinco, he's a great follow on Twitter, but he trolls a lot. He has a lot of fun. And I think that he has a very, very comfortable gig right now with him and Unc. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing with the podcast. I don't think he's too much worried about trying to be a coach. And it's funny that every time me and Wasted talk to a former athlete about becoming a coach, most of them do not want to do it. The only guy that I know that would probably end up being one that we both know is Garyon Conley, because he's such a great mentor and such he loves teaching the next levels
generation.
Of
yeah, he has a passion for it. You could see he has a passion for it. Most of the former players that we speak to, it's the amount of time that you have to commit to be a coach.
Yeah,
like that's the stuff that nobody talks about. Yeah, it's cool to be on that sideline, but what about working at minimum 14-hour days every day?
Yeah,
what about not being able to enjoy the wins? See, people don't realize, well, players can enjoy the wins and the losses, but then the coaches, right after the win, they got to think about getting on to the next one. Like Bill Belichick, it doesn't look like he's ever enjoyed 1 minute of his coaching journey. It's crazy.
Chad is having fun. Saying Raider says Trent Brown is going to be the new conditioning coach. Jeffrey says Chandler Jones is going to be the new team psychologist.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've heard some things. I heard that Tom Cable is going to work in HR.
He probably will punch everybody's lights out.
It's going to be a Raider reunion, guys. Don't worry about it.
Facts. Hey, salute to Indy. I like this question. I don't think we've ever gotten this, man. He says, I'm a new subscriber. Would like to know about how y'all got your names. Graphk is from my doing music, and people call me Poly. It was actually funny because it was initially Polygraphic, because I detect the truth. And it's funny that we're talking about Chad Johnson right now. And I kind of debunked that early on, but that's what they call me Graphk for, because the polygraph and, so on, 99.9%, so on and so forth. That's where Graphk came from. Where Wasted Talent come from, bro?
Wasted Talent has been for me. I'm a guy who Graphk tell you I have a lot of different skills. Right. And I feel like, and I've always felt like, and people have always told me, yo, man, you should be doing something else. No matter where I've been, you should be doing, yo, man, you wasting your talent here. You should be doing something bigger. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. So I kind of adapted that mantra. It's kind of like a double entendre of the source. You know what I'm saying? But everywhere I've ever gone, whether it was playing sports or whether it was at work or wherever I've been, everybody say, yo, you should be famous, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that. And that's what it's always been. Like everybody always thinks that I should be doing more than what I'm doing, So that's what
I like that though. So meaningful names, man. Salute to Jay Insight. What do y'all think about Mark Davis saying that? Look, I talked about this already.
Nothing burger. It pisses me off that people keep talking about this. Yeah. It really angers me. First of all, if you can't see that Mark Davis is a socially awkward guy, right? If you can't see that, then you can't see shit, right?
Well, also, if you can't see the sarcasm, just
and I was getting to that.
Yeah.
And if you can't read the sarcasm in what he's saying, what do you guys want Mark Davis to do? Do you want him to rip his shirt off and go full Booker T? 49ers, we coming for the gold. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. What do y'all want him to say, bro? He's the owner of an NFL team. You want this guy to just go and destroy the 49ers and the Chiefs? Oh, I effing hate him. Bro, he's a partner with these teams. He's got to keep it politically correct on a sense, but that is his little backhanded way of saying that I hate both of those teams. Yeah. Everyone knows that he hates the York family. Yeah. Everyone knows it. He knows that the Kansas City Chiefs, since he was a child,
hate.
He hates him, bro. Don't do that to Mark, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, and he was just having some fun. I gotta say this. It's funny because from the outside looking in, he does seem like a socially awkward guy. But when you actually hang out with him and you're around him and you're in space and you're kicking it, he is one of the funnest, like coolest dudes ever, bro. He'll smoke a cigar, have drinks, like being at the alumni parties and then going to the 8 Lounge and hanging out for the Marshawn Lynch party. Mark is one of the coolest people to hang around, man. Like he's one of the most down-to-earth owners that you probably ever see in your life. So
he doesn't like being in the spotlight. No, that's not being socially awkward. Mark Davis is perfectly fine.
No, you were completely right. I'm just saying, but he is still a fun dude to be around.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's like some weird dude who doesn't know how to have fun, but it's just more so I don't think he likes being out in the front the way his father did. Yeah. His father was just an alpha. His father would take a whole room over. His dad was the most impactful voice of the National Football League's heyday, period.
Bro, it's like the Michael Jackson of football, bro. Like when you come in, you're like, that's Al Davis?
That's
like,
Al Davis. Guys talk about Jerry Jones, right? Jerry Jones used to fucking worship Al Davis. Yeah. He really wants to be Al Davis,
yes,
bro.
Yes.
Like if you talk, bro, Al was like the godfather of the league. So having a dad like that, it's kind of hard to kind of craft your own way. You know what I mean? Like when you got a father like that, because I had a dad like Al Davis. I had a father that was very, very popular. Everybody loved my dad. I don't want to talk about my dad too much. But the reason why I was able to become who I am is because he died when I was young. Yeah. So I had to go out there on my own and discover who I was. But if my father had lived into my 20s and 30s and shit, I might be a very different person because he was such a strong presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, what Ridge said is facts too. Salute to our brother Ridgeback. His favorite 2 teams on Sunday because there's beer and hot dog money to be made at Allegiant Stadium. He's making a lot of money off those Chiefs fans and those Niner fans right now.
Yes.
So he's having a ball with this shit right now. Mind you, as a Raider, I know he preferably rather have 2 other teams in there. I mean, realistically, his own team. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta make some light out of this shit. We're already all upset and pissed about these 2 teams being in our building anyway. At some point, you got to kind of make light of it, man. So I'm not mad about what he said at all. Salute to Bobby Washington, our guy, and becoming a member. Also, salute to my brother, man. I appreciate you. And salute to the 1,000 people in the building. Make sure you guys pay your bar tabs, wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, man. Waste is on his way to 15K. I'm on my way to 25K. We cannot do it without you guys. It's free. Just hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps what we do over here at Shieldmore, man. Salute to 7-way. $2.5 million seats is crazy.
Yo, bro. You know what was insane? Christian McCaffrey's mother was saying that Christian McCaffrey and his wife can't afford the suite for the family.
Bruh.
That's insane, bro. It's not that they can't, but it's like, why would they, right? It's like, the fuck? Like, I'm going to spend $3 million. I'm going to spend probably 1/3 of my salary on one night.
One of my best friends is a Raider fan, and he said that he looked at nosebleed seats and he found one for like, it was north of $10,000 for a nosebleed seat up top, all the way up top. And I was like, God, bro. Like he was like, and that wasn't even counting the hotel, the flights. I'm easily paying a good 20 bands just to go out there for the experience.
$11,000 to sit in the screechers.
That's insane, bro.
Sit in the screechers, bro. Listen, man, I love this team, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. When they make the Super Bowl, I told my kids already, I said, listen, you might have to pay for a year of your own college because I'm going.
We're going. Oh, no, we're going. By that time, Jack says, I'm about to cancel my cable. Don't do that yet, Jack, because maybe by that time we'll have our own show. You know what I mean? That is one of our goals at some point to have our own TV show. And we might be able to just get our little media credentials and slide on in, man. So salute to Jack, man. He said,
just
I mean, salute to Jack, man. Salute to Wade. As always, Maxx Crosby should have bitch slapped Chris Sims. So let's talk about this. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've been looking everywhere trying to find. I didn't go to YouTube though, and we kind of did this show last minute, so I didn't get an opportunity to really hear what he said. All I heard from everybody on Twitter and Instagram was that Maxx Crosby absolutely fried Chris Sims for some remarks that he made about to some capacity our team. I don't know what it was exactly. Can someone in the comment section please enlighten us? Because I looked for it, I couldn't find it. I don't know what it is he actually said, but I just seen everybody tagging Maxx Crosby saying, "Thank you for smacking Chris Sims and Mike Florio over the head." I just didn't hear what he said. I
got the interview. I don't know. I don't think we can play that, but I'll watch it a little later. But what I know about Chris Sims is notorious for being on the website bad announcing. He gives a lot of bullshit takes. This is a guy who has rode his father's coattail to an NFL career. This is a guy who I've never seen somebody that's been more privileged than Chris Sims. When he was at Texas back in the day, he was this big recruit. I think he played at Don Bosco. He's a Jersey kid, of course. His father's the great Phil Simms from the New York Giants, right? And Phil Simms was given that job at the University of Texas. Major Applewhite outplayed him. I don't know if y'all remember Major
Applewhite.
They gave Chris Sims that effing job. He was an effing bum at Texas. He was a disappointment. He's an effing bum. Then he leaves Texas, comes to the NFL, and he's even more disappointed. Then he becomes an announcer, and he gets a job because he's Phil Simms' kid again. And he's a terrible effing announcer. And he's always shitting on the Raiders with that Muppet-faced loser Mike Florio. Let me tell you something, Chris Sims. I hope that Maxx Crosby slammed you on your face after that interview, you effing bum.
So apparently he was talking about the fairy tales are going to be over with Antonio Pierce after the second game. And then I seen also in the chat that he spoke about talking about Aiden O'Connell and Jacoby. And then he also said he doesn't like the way he always is disrespecting the Raiders, especially the defense. So either way, whatever he said Chris Sims said shit about the defense and said they had no big names on the defensive side of the football. So, hey, regardless of whatever happened, I love that our leader of this locker room stood on business and let it be known, man. Put some respect on the Raiders' name, man. I love it. And thank God that we have Maxx Crosby is our leader in this locker room and our best player. I love it, man, because I can't stand Florio. I can't stand Chris Sims at all.
You know what? It makes me happy to see when Gruden used to terrorize him when he was his coach in Tampa Bay. Yeah. It makes me happy when Chucky was going full Chucky on him too.
Yeah. Oh. Classmate Q, he kept disrespecting the defense, and Max was like, "We got dogs over here too." I love it. I gotta actually go back and watch it after this show and kind of form an opinion on it. But I'm taking all y'all shit at face value.
Man, Sims, man, I don't even gotta watch it. F him. Yeah. F him and Mike Florio. Goddamn ventriloquist puppet.
Oh God, he do look like one of them, bro. He look like a vampire ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, I know. It's like blah 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 blah
blah. Yeah. Like, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Fat in your motherfucking mouth.
Abstract. Max was standing on business. True leader. Salute to my guy Abstract on a $2 donation, man. Salute to everybody here. Phil Simms tried to hold on. He tried to fist bump Max in the interview, and Max left him hanging for a couple of seconds. It was pretty funny. So it sounds as though, Max was having a little fun with it, but he also stood on business, though. I like it.
He tried to fist bump me when he was my quarterback. Let me tell you something, man. I told that fucking scrub, man, to go get me some coffee and donuts, man, and get a warm seat on the goddamn bench. He throws like a left-handed girl, that kid, man. Graphk, man, how you been doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. How you doing, Breer?
Man, I'm doing excellent, man. I'm just a little pissed off, though, man. I see Chris Sims talking about my Raiders, man. Let me tell you something, man. Raider Nation, tell you something. It's your old coach, Coach Grew, man. Let me tell you. I used to tell that Chris Sims guy, man, he might be the fucking worst quarterback in God's creation, man. He needs to go play rugby or something, man. I told that guy, man, the only thing that he's ever going to get under center, man, Told him, man. I said, hey, man, the only time you're ever going to get under center if you play Pop Warner football, man. You never should be in a National Football League again, you little bum. I thought I signed Phil Simms, not Chris Simms.
Yo,
Bum.
Gert said Chris was stuttering and Florio was antagonizing the whole thing.
That's right, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. Girthy Raider is crazy, man. That's fucking crazy, man. Let me tell you something, man. If you ask some of the chicks at the Spearmint Rhino, they called me Girthy Raider back in the day, man. Hey, man, I tell them it's like the Heineken cake can.
Oh my God, bro. Gru is out here wilding right now.
Man, let me tell you, man. I whipped it out, man. They thought it was a fucking bucket of Lysol scrubs, man. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm just telling you guys, hey, man, don't worry about it, though, man. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I got Chris Simms' number. I'm going to give him a call and haunt his dreams again, man. You guys have a great night. Hey, Graphk, man, I love you, brother.
Love you too, Gru. Hey, stupid. Salute to Raider Jimmy, man. My dog Wasted and Docs. Love that content. Salute to my guy, Raider Jimmy, in the building, man. Salute to Elijah. Also, he said, Girthy Raider is crazy.
Yo, he is wilding. Not Derek Chauvin is wow, dog. You trying to get us canceled, Elijah. You wilding, bro.
Yo, bro.
You wilding, bro.
Elijah is out here tweaking with the $2.
Yo, Elijah, you are about to get unceremoniously $2 block. Yo, the F out of here, yo.
Wasted thinking Jerry Rice out here. Look. Yo, we are for sure getting canceled off YouTube tonight. Not tonight, but tonight. Raiders signed Jacob Johnson again. Damn, did we? Brought it back?
I didn't see that. I mean, hey, they need a fullback.
Hey, I mean, shit, run heavy.
Hey, look, man, that's some old Bo Schembechler shit. You thought like Jim Harbaugh was gonna be on that Bo Schembechler shit. We gonna be on that old Bo Schembechler shit, man. That old Michigan, man. I formation. Do you got a fullback, laddie?
God damn. Adele said then they started kissing his ass. Of course they did. Of course they did. Salute the coach, man. When are you going to bring the real Gruden on? That will never. Well, that is the real Gruden, man. What you mean?
What are you talking about?
It's the real Gruden, man. Coach, you tripping, bro. You tripping. I think you got a brain freeze, man, from all that Jamba Juice you over here sipping in your default pitcher and shit, man. That's the real,
bro. It's a real Gruden, man. It's 100% real non-Gruden, man.
Brew has been very quiet since those emails. You know what I mean? He got a whole thing going on in his life right now. So, you know, we're lucky to get a little comedic shit here and there on these episodes with Gru here and there because
Can you imagine if he did come on?
Oh my.
Well, you guys think that's real fucking funny, huh, man? Hey, which one of you guys do Gruden? Hey, which one of you guys? Hey, why don't you fucking do Gruden in front of me, man?
Bro, if we had Gru on, you'd have to do that with Gruden.
I definitely would. I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? I'd be like, hey, I like Frank Caliendo better, man.
We wouldn't be able to tell who the fuck was nasty work. Salute to D Bernie, our brother in the building, on becoming a member also, and salute to Emmanuel on becoming a member also, man. We appreciate you guys as always, man. Clone, no, it is not. It's not a legit thing at all. He was having some fun. Antonio Pierce was having some fun. I think Antonio's smart enough to know that you can't tweet that you're bringing him on. You know, there's a process to that.
Giovanni B. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Slappy the puppet from Goosebumps. That's what I was talking about. That's exactly what he looks like. Giovanni B's the GOAT.
Oh, and Gio was the one that dropped the Antonio Brown as our chaplain. So Gio, he's been dropping haymakers all day, bro. All day. Salute to Gio. That is the one, right? You know, I got to bring this shit up real quick. Hold on, bro. Slappy the puppet, bro. Holy shit.
Bro, listen, that's what when I say he looks like a ventriloquist dummy, that is exactly what I mean, bro.
Dog, there is no fucking way that he hit.
Gio is a GOAT, bro.
He hit this shit on the mother. Oh my God, bro. Look at this shit, bro.
Exactly. Yo, Gio, listen, bro. You have hit Shadow Fox level GOATness. You have hit Johnny Kicknuts, been bad level GOATness. That is how goated you are with this, man. Shout out to you, yo.
That is funny as shit. Mike Florio in the flesh. Wow. Holy shit. Salute to Gio with a haymaker. Salute to our guy S. Dot. For Wasted and Graphk to answer, who is the best run blocker and 3rd and 1 converter at center? You asked this shit. I think you asked this like 7 times already, bro.
Yeah, we don't know yet, bro. Like that's too hard to say. Van Pran, Power.
I swear that you've asked this like 10 times. I swear to God, bro. Maybe we got love for you, S. Dot. I swear you asked this shit because we talked about this. We talked about Powers. We talked about Van Pran. We talked about Parham. Yo, I think
one, you don't have enough sample size of Dylan Parham at center, right?
No, not at all.
Van Pran, it's like, come on, dude. Like, how will we know now, right? And Powers, I mean, I guess it would be Powers, right?
I mean, Powers is going to be all pro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I guess it would be Powers. He's an all pro. So, like,
he does get it done in the run game and he can get it done in the pass game. And you know what, Dot? I'm going to go with Powers at this point. You know, like Wasted said, we don't really know.
Process of elimination, right?
Yeah, we don't really know what Parham is would do at the center position full time. And Van Pran, to me, is my 2nd favorite center in this draft behind Powers. So I'm going with Powers. Let me see. Q says I'm biased, but Powers, yeah, because he's definitely an Oregon guy. Let me see. Also, salute to you, bro. I appreciate you, brother. He said I've been watching you for a long time, man. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you, King. Let me see. Where was that comment? I can't find it now. Where's the O-line help going to come from, Kelly? It's going to come from the draft.
Yeah,
this is a deep O-line class. Deep.
The problem, you know what the problem with people, they want all their answers solved in free agency, but most of the time when you get a good offensive line, it's from the draft. It's a young man's game playing in the trenches. It's a physical game playing in the trenches. When you bring in a lot of free agents, a lot of times you bring in free agents who are preventatively hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost like that Army mentality, like you just keep sending more men. So that's why I like what we did the last few years. We've drafted heavily on the defensive side of the ball in the trenches. So we have the young guys. What we need a star. That is the reason why I'm willing to spend money on a Chris Jones or Wilkins or a Leonard Williams. Yeah. And to mix that in with the superstar Maxx Crosby, with the budding star and the Malcolm Kuntz.
And, right? and then the potential of a Tyree Wilson. You know what I mean?
So now what we have is we have a potential young stud. We got a bunch of guys we drafted that you could just keep bringing in. And now what you have is you have a hellacious situation. Guys, look, let me tell you something. The Raiders have always been the villains, bro. I love what this is setting up to be. Like, I don't want to be this finesse football team where we're trying to score 50 points a game. I want us to, if we're going to score 50 points a game, I want you to feel at 50. I want us to beat you up and to take the 50 points from you. Yeah. That's what I want.
There's a guard out there that we talked about, though, you guys, Robert Hunt from Miami, that I would look at in free agency. I don't want to overpay. I'd rather draft because this is a deep class. The thing that scares the shit out of me is how quick they got rid of the football in Miami. You know what I mean? Like they were just boom, 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 boom. Like, so I don't know what Hunt would look like in this system with Luke Getsy, as our guy. I don't, because they got rid of the football so fast, so much movement out there in Miami. I'm afraid that if we go pay a guy like Robert Hunt a nice chunk of change, that it may not translate in our system in Vegas.
Well, you got to see how Robert Hunt is against the run, because Luke Getsy's offense is a timing offense. It is about getting the football out fast. Yeah. The reason why there were a lot of struggles with Luke Getsy is because if you have a precision pass and offense with an athletic run-first quarterback, that's never a good thing. Yeah. And what Luke Getsy had to wind up doing, and which I'm glad it shows that he knows how to adjust on the fly. Towards the end of the season, that thing for the Chicago Bears got better because he adjusted to the skill set of a Justin Fields. Yeah. So a lot of those comments about Justin Fields hating Luke Getsy were early. It was like week 3. Yeah. As the season went on, it got better, right? So I think I made too much of that. You know what I'm saying? I made too much of Fields hating him. I'm not looking for the Raiders to reunite that package right there, because apparently it didn't work in Chicago and it got Getsy fired. Yeah. So I think the hiring of Getsy kind of takes us out of the Justin Fields sweepstakes, but I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad for that, right? Because it's never good paying a quarterback that's always one shot away from disaster like every other play. Yeah.
Salute to our brother, Mr. Fitz, in the building also, man. Hope all is well with you too, brother. Be safe out there Super Bowl weekend. I know you and Oos out there ripping and running, man. Salute to you. Salute to JT. You could tell from the interview AP really likes AOC. He definitely does, and will push him to be integral. So salute to JT. I know he likes Aiden a lot. I know that. You know what I mean? Look, he definitely did not want anything to do with Jimmy G when Josh McDaniels left. And I'm gonna be real, man. Aiden showed us, he showed some signs of life, you know what I mean? But I think that he's gonna be pushing for that number 2 spot. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna go get a young guy, or we can get a potential veteran. Aiden still needs to be developed. He was just thrown out there to the wolves. He still needs to be able to develop. There's still, there's some weaknesses in this game that we need to figure out.
But see, this is the problem. We don't need to figure it out. He needs to figure it out. And see, the difference between Aiden O'Connell, people like to compare him to Tom Brady, right? The thing that made Tom Brady what he was is that on his own, he worked himself into being the greatest. He would go, he looked at his scouting report from Bill Belichick with all the negatives. Yeah. All the shit they said of him, he took it personal. Mm-hmm. He went out there, he invested in himself. Yeah. He went out there and got Alex Ariza. He went out there and got Tom House and change his throwing motion and make him a better thrower of football, a harder thrower. You know what I mean? He worked on his footwork. Tom Brady was obsessed with being Tom Brady. Yeah. And that's why we got what we got. So this is the thing. A lot of people fall in love with Aiden O'Connell because he has a similar throwing motion. And the story is a little similar. 4th round pick, 6, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. We got to know if Aiden O'Connell has that Brady heart. And that's not normal, bro. Yeah. Greatness is not common.
Yeah, at all.
That level of greatness, that's a once in a lifetime. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady. So unless Aiden O'Connell has that level of greatness inside of him to work, and I'm not talking about like just natural roll out of the bed ability. I'm talking about the stick to itness, the work ethic. If he don't have that work ethic, we do need to bring somebody else in and develop.
Salute to Ridge, man. I mean, let me tell you this: if we miss out on those top quarterbacks, and say we do go get a Russell Wilson in free agency and we get like a Spencer Rattler in the 3rd round, Ridge, what do you guys think of this? Because you just spoke 2 names that are 2 of my favorite players in this draft. Christian Haynes, the guard out of UConn, and then Powers at center. If you took Powers, right, if you traded back in the 1st and took Powers, picked up some extra draft capital, and then you got Christian Haynes in the 2nd round, the guard, I'm telling you, this dude is phenomenal. If he drops in the 2nd round and then you get a Spencer Rattler in the 3rd round, I wouldn't be against that if you got a Russell Wilson in free agents. We talked about that also, Wasted, on the phone about the potential of having a quarterback room of a Russell Wilson, Spencer Rattler, and Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah. And look, everybody cooked me for talking about that, right? But
bro, I'm not against that.
And I made a mistake, guys. My boxing brain was on. I said Alex Ariza. I meant Alex Guerrero. My bad. Alex Ariza is the guy that got everybody in trouble with the roids and boxing. So,
and I'm over here like, yeah.
Alex Ariza, Alex Guerrero. I fucked up. My bad.
Yo, salute to Danny Boy. Docs, I like us trading up to 5 for Jaden. That probably won't even get it done, though, Danny Boy. You might have to move up another 2 spots. But if we're going to trade up, we might as well go all in to number 1 to get Caleb. I don't see it happening, Danny Boy, but I hear you. I definitely hear you, brother. Salute on the 5.
What pisses me off about that thought process, and this is the reason a lot of people said to me, well, you just switched string. You were saying go all in on Caleb, right? The reason why, there's context to that. When Cliff Kingsbury was rumored to be here, we know that there's a handcuffing situation with Cliff Kingsbury and Caleb Williams. So if Cliff Kingsbury was in the building, I'm thinking, well, maybe, Caleb Williams will help massage that situation for the Raiders to move up by refusing to play, right? But if you don't have that, right, now we got to be real, right? And then after that, Washington don't want to play ball with us. They need a franchise quarterback. Even though they got Sam Howell, they need a franchise guy, right? Yeah. The Patriots, we don't know what that mindset is there. We don't know. The one thing I do know is don't be surprised if the Patriots are ready to play ball, because the guy that's sitting at the top of that decision-making chain is the owner. And the owner has seen what Belichick has done over all these years. He saw what Parcells done. Trade back, get more value. And one of the main sticking points for the owner in with the Patriots was Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones was a big sticking point. That's one of the reasons why Belichick is no longer there. So the Patriots are the place where I think you'd be able to play ball, but to what avail? Because we're not the only ones that are looking to move up. There are people with higher first-round picks than us.
Atlanta. The Vikings.
Yeah. They got top 10. I know the Atlanta got an eight pick, right?
Yeah.
With 8. Mm-hmm. So they have a top 10 pick as opposed to us being outside the top 10, right? So the other teams got to want to play ball with us too. And you guys forget
Keep an eye on Denver too. That's that. No, I knew what you meant, brother. I knew what you meant, and I know what you were talking about. There's no shade to you, brother. But he said always judge offensive linemen first off their push blocking, run power, and pass blocking second. If they cannot push open holes to run, instant trash. Salute to my guy.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Bang Zoom, Graphk. Bang Zoom. Bang Zoom.
Yo, let me see, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Trying to look for a few more comments. Let me see. Travis says, I don't see us trading away the future. I see it as investing in the future. Getting a top 5 quarterback is costly. You either have to pay in losses or draft picks. We didn't pay in losses. I like that mindset. I do.
Yeah,
I like
but the thing is that the currency that you're trying to pay with has to be accepted by the seller.
Yeah. No, fact.
You guys, somebody listen, bro. This quarterback draft is one where you have to open your mind up, right? And this is the reason why a month ago I said, yo, this Russell Wilson thing could be real. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. So if we're going to go as veterans go, let's just go Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. Who's a better quarterback?
Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Right now, their whole career, who's a better quarterback?
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, right? And even right now, look, Kirk Cousins, it looks good, but Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winner.
That Achilles scares the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah. So listen, Kirk Cousins, $45 million, Russell Williams, peanuts and a half-eaten sandwich because Denver's paying most of the freight there. You bring in Russell Wilson. Yeah. It is a win-win. This is a guy who played in your division, who probably wants to beat Denver and retain ownership over him. This is a guy who last year beat the Browns, beat the Bills, beat the Chiefs, playing very, very well.
Yeah.
Right? So you bring him in, you draft a Spencer Rattler, you draft a J.J. McCarthy if he falls to the second. You draft a project. Mire that with an Aiden O'Connell guy that you've seen get it done on some level, and you have a great quarterback room. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you right now, Russell Wilson at this point in his career, and I said this a month ago because I went and found a video and I clipped it. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson at this point in his career is a better player than Rich Gannon was when we brought him to the Raiders. Rich Gannon was a freaking journeyman quarterback. Russell Wilson is not a better player, but he's a much more accomplished player. You know, Rich Gannon was a journeyman.
Hold on. Are you talking about the Russell right now?
I'm talking about Russell Wilson's resume as far as
resume is way more solid, but
his resume. Russell Wilson's a little older and he's a little long. How old was Rich when we brought him in? Let's see.
He was up there in age. I'm looking at it right now.
The thing with Rich didn't have a lot of miles on him because he hadn't started all the time. Because he backed up like Wade Wilson in Minnesota. Then he was a starter. Then he lost. Then he had some injuries. Then he was with the Chiefs. Yeah. Then we brought him in, right? So how old was Rich? Rich was 30 what when we brought him in?
He's 58 right now. He came in at 34.
So he's 34 years old. Russell Wilson is what?
Russ is 30. Shit, is he 36? I don't know if he's that old.
Like everybody said, Russ. So okay. So
Russ is 35. He'll be 36 pretty much at the start of next year. I mean,
they're around the same age, right? So this is so the analogy I'm making is congruent. Now, Space Beast says I've gone full dementia, right? So Russell Wilson supposedly sucks, right? This is a guy who's been in a Super Bowl 2 times, right? Now let's look at Russell Wilson's career numbers.
Yes, I got it right now. So you want to just go across?
Let's just go across his career.
Okay, let's do this. 15 games this season, okay? He had over 3,000 yards passing. He had 26 touchdowns compared to 8 picks. That's in 15 games.
Yep.
So not a bad year by any stretch. 9-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champ. I mean, he's had a great career, you guys. He really truly has. The most passing yards that I believe he's had in a season is 4,200.
Yeah, what's the most touchdowns he's had? 40 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah, 40 in 2020.
40 in 2020, 31 in 2019, 35
in 2017.
Yeah. 21, 34, 20, 26, 26. Yeah. You know, he had Denver. Nathaniel Hackett is probably the worst offensive coordinator in God's creation.
Well, let me say this. I don't agree with that, but the worst head coach agreed.
Well, yeah. Well, Nathaniel Hackett is great with Aaron Rodgers. Let me say that.
Yeah, there you go. And that's my argument. That's all I got to say. That's it when it comes to that.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, brother.
You know, for people to say that Russell Wilson sucks, man, what do you guys consider sucking?
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
That just happened. Let's
get to the supers real quick, man.
That just happened.
Hey, somebody clip that. Salute to Perk. I'm gonna need this regime to do some Hulk Hogan, and apparently The Rock now levels of backstage politicking and trade up for a quarterback. Well, Perk and I Wasted. I know you've been out the loop a little bit because you've been working, but there are rumors already now that AP has already been politicking. That the Senior Bowl, a lot of talk is already that he wants Jaden, and that's the guy that he wants. There's a lot of rumors and rumblings going on right now that
it's not going to work for me, brother.
That was nasty work, man. Salute to all the nice comments.
What exactly is? Listen, bro. I'm not the one talking about. Like, get the F out of here, meat and potatoes. You know.
Nasty work. Salute to Victor. What do you think Wilson on the Getty offense will look like? I think it'd be great because you're going to have a run game. The ground game is going to set the pass game, and he's going to get rid of the football quick and in a hurry. To be honest, I think Russell would thrive in this system, Wasted. I think he would. Yeah. I mean, now, if this was previous systems that we've had, he might have struggled. But I think he would work magic in this. And then you got Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver that he's will ever have a chance to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Josh Jacobs, who potentially be back, an all-pro guy. Like, look, there's so much talent. I think Russell would have a hell of a year. If he could do what he did this past year under Sean Payton in 15 games with the options that he had, I think he would work wonders. 718 said Devontae will walk out. Why do you think Devontae will walk out? He's playing with a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Literally, I mean.
FBI talking about, man. Get the F out of here, bro.
Let me see.
Everybody talking about Wasted. Well, man, shut y'all asses up. The F out of here with that, though, man. Like, y'all act like Russell Wilson is Tom Tupa or some shit like that. Y'all, damn, I just went full Tom Tupa. You remember Tom?
Boy, I'm trying. Yeah, that's crazy.
Tom Tupa. Shout out to him, yo.
It's crazy. Salute to Joe. Great stream. Appreciate you, brother. Now, George, we got to talk about this shit, man. First of all, he has one of the baddest females in the business. How are you going to gay up the locker room? Like, I don't understand.
Like, bro, look, I hate doing this. But, bro, I'm going to yell at the chat like I've been doing lately. What the F is wrong with y'all? This man is married to Sierra. You guys, some of you guys, y'all standards, because you guys hear what everyone else says. You got to look at the facts. The facts is this guy's been playing at a level that we haven't had anybody play at. People tell me that this man sucks.
Tony says Tupa was my neighbor. That guy's a douche.
Shout out to Tony Collins.
Yo, that's hilarious, man. He's 35 milli too much. We're not paying him that.
We're not paying him 30. You guys ain't listening. We ain't paying him 35.
No, you're paying him the vet minimum or close to it because Denver's paying him a shit ton of money to leave.
And you know who's going to be paying more than it? You be paying more than that for Kirk Cousins. It's funny. Just because Kirk Cousins put on his teammates' jewelry, now y'all want Kirk Cousins. F him.
Salute to Graham, my brother, man. Russell is far from a scrub. Ugly situations were a little heavier than his talent these past few seasons, man. Salute to my guy Graham with a haymaker, man. Yeah, Kirk's going to cost you, Clint, a lot of money. And coming off of that Achilles injury, that scares the living shit out of me to even try and bring him in. If we're going to go the older route, you bring in Russell Wilson on a vet minimum and you help him develop the young guy that you draft. You have him help with Aiden O'Connell, your other young guy that you drafted last season. It's an easy philosophy to grasp, you guys.
Bro, everybody says that how did he suck for 2 seasons? He goes there the first year. Nathaniel Hackett was rudderless. They had no talent. Comes here, played well for the Broncos. The Broncos moved on because of his salary and the injury guarantees. And Sean Payton wants his guy. They didn't move on because of his play. The guy beat the Browns, the Chiefs, and the Bills. What the F are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
With the not so good offensive line also.
With a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
What the F are y'all talking about? Let's be real.
But you know what? Let me tell you guys this. I've not been on the Russell Wilson train at all. I want to trade up and get the young guy. It's time to do it. It is time to do it. Unless you think you can get Michael Penix in the second round, or if you think that Spencer Rattler can be that guy that you can help groom and become this great next quarterback of the future, I'm going up and just getting one of the top guys. There's no reason.
That's if. See, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with the reality of the fact that we're at number 13.
Yeah.
The reality is that teams that are above us might not want to play ball. And you got to deal with that reality.
Not even might, bro. Like, it's a very slim chance.
It is a very real possibility that we're going to be stuck at 13. And at 13, you don't get Jaden Daniels.
No.
At 13, you don't.
At that point, I might trade back.
At 13, do I want to take Bo Nix at 13? No.
Whoa. Let me say this. Bo may not even be available at 13.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the Raiders, right?
I'm just saying, but bro, I have a feeling that somebody's going to go for him in the top 10 at the end.
I do too. I think he's the fourth guy off the board.
Yeah,
and then you'll be lucky.
Quarterback off the board.
Yeah, he's the fourth quarterback off the board. So now you'll be lucky to get Michael Penix. Mm-hmm. You'll be lucky.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I like Penix. I like Bo. It's a lot of guys. McCarthy. I can wrap my mind around bringing any of these guys.
You like what way?
Man, bro, come on, bro. Listen, bro.
You want to smoke my boots for that shit? I'm just.
No, it's back on, bro. Because we said we leave in pause in 2023, and you brought it back to the future. So it's on now, Graphk. Everything you say is getting paused, bro.
All right. Salute to Perk Angle, man. One of the greatest names in YouTube history. Remember when Shawn Michaels thought he was the ultimate politician and got out-politicked by a 52-year-old Hulk Hogan out of his prime? Salute to Perk Angle with the wrestling historical facts. Salute to my guy, man. Let me see. Eli says, no, look, what's funny is you got anyone that's familiar with the channel, I've always been higher on Michael Penix.
We've been higher on Michael Penix. The thing about it is that what you got to look at is
and we bet with him. At the Senior Bowl, we actually sat down with him.
Yeah, I like Michael Penix Jr. I think that the brain trust of the Raiders will probably, and I think that people around the league are going to, because they're prisoners in the moment, they're going to take Bo Nix, right? Bo Nix is the big, strong kid, doesn't have an injury history.
Like the trade back or grab Powers at 13 and Penix or Rattler at 44.
That'd be great. So you guys want to take Chad Powers? I mean, maybe he can battle super hot fire. I don't know.
Salute to Riz. Salute to Pern also, man. Fellas, how hyped did AP's letter make you? I'm gonna be
not hyped at all. Not hyped at all. I'm like, bro. If I can be real, I don't mean to mirror Graphk's sentiment. I'm tired of the rah-rah shit. Okay. I've been a fan way too long to fall for the banana in the tailpipe pause. I'm way too. Listen, I've been a fan way too long. I want to see results
now. Yeah,
I don't give a shit about the rah-rah, and I've been a fan my whole fuck all of that. It's time to win. It's time to get some players in here who can win. It's time to go and slam Kermit on his face. We got our two biggest rivals playing the Super Bowl in our house. Yep. And you guys are talking about a fucking letter? Epic. Yeah. I don't care about any of that.
I'll say this, though. Some of those interviews that he did kind of put more guarantees into the universe. I liked a few of them, but I wasn't, really that inspired or hyped up about the letter. I'm gonna be totally real with you, Per. Salute the Freight Train, my guy, man. We also had a feeling Levis was a top 15 pick last year, and he dropped. Bo Nix can fall, in my opinion, but he's not worth trading up for. Salute the Freight Train. This is facts, though. A lot of Levis talk last year. A guy I was high on, and he ended up falling to the second round of Tennessee, and he looked pretty good in limited time out there.
That is a totally different scenario. Will Levis didn't throw 45 touchdowns and 3 picks in the past.
Oh, no.
Will Levis did not have the career that Bo Nix has had at Oregon. And also with Bo Nix, when you look at him, he does everything just well enough.
Well, Bo also had a lot more talent around him. Let's just keep it a buck. There was not a lot going on in Kentucky for Will Levis, bro. Let's just keep it a buck.
But conversely, there was a lot of talent at Penn State, and Will Levis fell mightily. And Bo Nix left Auburn when he fell mightily and rose to the occasion. Yeah. So it's two totally different.
No, definitely. I'm just saying that Nix had more talent at Oregon, than Will Levis had at Kentucky. But we still don't even know who Will Levis is.
Wandell Robinson, baby.
Well, that was the year prior.
The great Wandell
If Wandale if he wasn't dealing with those type of injuries he's had up there with the Giants, bro, Wandale could be a dog, bro.
Wandale's going to be a
He's a
dog.
monster, bro. He's a monster.
He's going to be a star, I think.
Yeah, man. Salute to John, man. I can't always butcher that name. Fashanu. Aluma. I can't say it, bro.
Oli Maiwe.
The tackle.
Fashanu.
Hey, he's a dog, bro. I don't even know if he's going to be there at 13.
We going to call him Olu.
He may be gone by that time. Let me see. Because think about it like this, Forte. Oh, no. New Orleans is right behind us, right? Because they need some O-line help. They got to protect Derek.
Yeah, man, they definitely do. They definitely do. Because you know how he starts seeing ghosts when he get hit one time.
Yeah, man. Facts.
He start acting like Richard Pryor and scared for no damn reason.
Yo, Lavender Williams at 13. Hey, man.
Listen, man. It's the sport of kings. Better than diamond rings. Football. Football.
I'll tell y'all right now. Y'all gonna kill me. I am on the Spencer Rattler train, man. I am.
Bro, why, bro? Why would that be? See, the thing about people is they are looking at the old Spencer Rattler.
Yes.
Spencer Rattler has been balling. I like Spencer. He's very talented. Listen, look, I know you guys are like, damn, wasted like this is one of those drafts that I can wrap my mind. I don't think there's a clear bust out of any of these guys. I think they need to go to the right situation. Yeah. I really think there are a lot of guys that can make careers. I don't see one guy that like you see JJ McCarthy. He's big, he's strong, throws the ball hard, he can move.
He's 6'4", right?
Yeah. And the thing with JJ McCarthy is that he's not a running quarterback, but he's a mobile quarterback. Yeah. Spencer Rattler does some similar things to I say Patrick Mahomes.
A few seasons ago, he was literally the next Patrick Mahomes. That's what everybody said. And then transfers, had a down season and all that other stuff. This is not the same Spencer Rattler, you guys.
Even though he does look like one of the Island Boys.
No, he does. He definitely does. He looks like a pasty thumb. But at the end of the day, he can perform. Salute to Bobby. Bo Nix fits the West Coast scheme. Getsy wants to play. This is facts.
In the Joe Melton is a bust.
Yeah. I'm going to be real with you guys. I love his arm strength, but the more and more I watch him, in the Senior Bowl, he shit the bed badly, bro. Badly. It's just all it is arm strength.
He's a howitzer, man. That's it.
Salute to Raider Aaron. Fuck it. I say bring in Russ. That will make Aiden work harder, and we can have a double threat at the goal line. What do you think, Graphk and Wasted?
Listen, bro, the one thing that I want to be said is, say, for instance, we're not able to get our guy, right? Say we don't get Jaden Daniels, right? So we don't get Jaden Daniels. I'm hedging my bet. I'm bringing in a young guy to compete with Aiden, and I'm bringing in a vet to compete with Aiden. So if Aiden does wind up being our starting quarterback, we can feel comfortable in the fact that he earned that shit. Yeah. And nobody gave him anything.
Yep. Agreed, bro.
Then if he wins it out and we see it in preseason and we like, Aiden cooking, bro. You know what? AOC it is, baby. AO4. Whatever you want to call it.
You guys, we're going to do a deep dive. You know what we need to do? We need to reach out to Lil Bro. We need to do a show and get Andy on and Big Mike and do a Spencer Rattler film breakdown. I think that'd be dope of what he did this past season. Not in years prior, but this past season. We need to put something together because I already wanted to do some shorts on Spencer Rattler anyway. We should put some film together and actually break that down. That'd be fun. Filmatic, do the Bears take Junior with the first pick? Marvin Harrison Jr. for those who have not look, it's Caleb Williams, bro. Filmatic. I don't think they pass up on him. I don't see it. I think that Uberflex seen what that offense looked like with Justin Fields. I think that they're ready to move on. And I think that they know they can get some extra draft capital to beef up their wide receiver room and their O-line by moving on from Justin Fields. I think it's clear cut they take Caleb, or maybe they say, you know what, we fall in love with Drake May. It's gonna be a quarterback. Look, Marvin Harrison's gonna fall to Arizona. Period. I just feel like it's the perfect.
He might. But Graphk, I'm telling you right now, if Caleb Williams causes a coup, he causes a coup. Mm-hmm. Not a coup, but a coup. Yeah. He causes a coup, man. It could happen. I can see Washington trading up to number 1. The Bears loading up some more, keeping Justin Fields, getting a Marvin Harrison to go with DJ Moore, and having essentially, that would be crazy, right? and then essentially having their first 4,000-yard passer in the history of the Chicago Bears. It's unbelievable that the Chicago Bears are damn near the inaugural franchise of the National Football League. Yeah. The Canton Bulldogs actually are, right? But it's the Canton Bulldogs, the Bears, the Packers. These are the teams that started the National Football League. The Chicago Bears are the Red Grange, George Halas. Like, I mean, before, you know, these are one of the original teams.
They're taking Caleb Williams.
And when they don't have a 4,000-yard passer, you got to ask yourself why. Yeah. You got to ask yourself why. And I think a lot of it has to do with Soldier Field. And I'm going to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? One thing that Green Bay has always done very, very well is that they have that heated field to where, it gets cold in Lambeau and stuff like that, but it's not like Soldier Field. Soldier Field is a wind tunnel. And it's very, very hard for a quarterback to succeed there. It is very, very hard. It's no coincidence that no matter who's been there with the Chicago Bears, they have not had a 4,000-yard passer or a star quarterback there since Johnny Lujack.
Bro, god damn, bro. Shit. And even when they had McMahon, they had the greatest defense in the history of football. So they still didn't really have that guy.
And Jimmy Mack would have been that guy had he not gotten, dry ghosted, slammed on his head in his career ruined. Jimmy Mack was a dog. But it's been a long time since the Jimmy Mack days. Yeah. I mean, Jay Cutler's bum ass. They had some
okay seasons with him, but he still wasn't that guy. You know what I mean? Like
with Brandon Marshall and all this and Hester and all these guys. Fuck, let me tell you something, man. I can see now. This is the only thing about Ryan Poles.
I mean, didn't they go to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman?
Rex High Stakes Grossman.
Yeah.
The original.
Great defense and Devin Hester.
That's right, man. That's right. Dangerous Devin Hester, who's going to the Hall of Fame, too. Shout out to Devin Hester.
Shout out to him. And definitely
well-deserved. The greatest kick return of all time.
Ever. Not even close.
Him, yo. Yeah. But bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, Graphk. Like Ryan Poles and the ownership of the Bears will have to sign off on them not taking Caleb Williams. They really would. And I can see the McCaskies signing off on that. I can see them signing off on that. I don't know if they want to do this song and dance again.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think you can pass up on a potential generational talent at the quarterback position. Salute to John Forte on becoming a member also. Appreciate you, family. Salute to Riggins also. Wasted, still loving the background. Raiders. Salute to our guy on a $5 donation. Salute to Raider John, our brother in the building. Earned, not given needs to be the new Raider motto. I like that.
The YouTube legend, Raider John.
I like that. Yo, Graphk, where did you get that coffee mug? I don't even know where I got it at, to be honest. Somewhere random. I don't even know, my brother. Salute to Sweet Jazz. So glad I do not have to unceremoniously ban myself because we picked up Fields. Knicks and Penix are okay with me. The top three quarterbacks are nearly out of reach. We shall see soon, Sweet Jazz. We shall see soon if they get real bold and package up a bunch of draft capital and move up to go get their guy. Because I'm telling you now, Jaden Daniels is penciled, bro. He's penciled in. That is the guy they want to go get. I'm telling you now, bro, like AP ain't playing. He's saying, look, we're getting all my guys, coaching staff-wise, who I want here. Wanted Marvin Lewis. I want Hugh Jackson. Look, Getsy might have been number 2, but he was high on his list, right? Bringing in all these guys. AP is getting what he wants. There's no reason for them not to go get the most pivotal piece, the quarterback. If you're giving this guy everything he needs to succeed already, why not give him the main ingredient, the quarterback? That's why I feel, and I know Tom Telesco, he may have been handcuffed a little with the Spanos family out there. I feel like he's going to go out and try to hit a home run, bro, from the jump. I have this major feeling he's going to enter free agency and say, I'm spending this money, and I'm going to get some superstar talent, and then I'm going to use this draft capital, and I'm going to go give my guy his guy. And we're going to either die on this hill with them, or we're going to win a fucking Super Bowl in the next few seasons. But they're going to say, you know what? That's the guy. I have this feeling, bro, that AP is getting everything he wants. Everything he's wants so far. They've given him everything for him to either succeed or fall on his ass, fall on his face. I have this weird feeling that they're going to say, okay, let's do it. And if it doesn't work, it's on you. And that can set us back if it doesn't work. But hey, we're already putting it all on the line anyway for AP. So I'm telling you, man, I think Tom Telesco and Mark, they probably having this conversation. Like, what is this okay? Like, what? Like, I'm free to do what I want to do, right? But I think AP is still in mind. Like,
look, bro, I can definitely listen, man. I can subscribe to that. The thing is, are they going to be willing to play ball? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see. But if you reach out to New England and they're still, a lot of pieces away on the offensive side of the football, they got a nice defense. You know what I mean? They always have a nice defense. Mayo's going to continue to build that side of the football. But if they say, well, we can go get a bunch of pieces and we still believe in one of these mid-round guys or a guy in the second round, or at 13, we could potentially get Bo Nix. Like you said, right? New England can say, well, I like Bo Nix. I like Michael Penix Jr. I'll take 13. Give us a bunch of draft capital, go up and get your guy. It can happen. It definitely can. And to be real with you, I thought about that, what you said the other day. I'm like, there's no way that these guys can pass up on a potential generational talent, but they need a lot, bro. They need receivers. You know what I mean? Like they need to build that O-line back up. That offense was atrocious this season. One of the worst offenses I've seen in years. They need a lot more than just a quarterback. You know what I mean? So if they could potentially trade back in that mid first and still get one of those top quarterbacks, well, the second level of quarterbacks, and then go start building up the O-line and getting some receiving options and stuff like that. Go get the tight end. They've always been great with tight ends in New England, right? They don't have them right now. They're going to need some. There's some good tight ends in this.
I'm saying this, and I'm going to be honest with you. There's a bit of there's a bit of irony here, right? Because the Raider Equinox can be kicked off by us making a trade with the Patriots.
Equinox.
There's no such thing. You just jinx it. Every time you say that shit, you jinx everything. You got to get rid of that crap. You have so many mantras and sayings, Graphk. So many. You wipe them feet and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talk that shit. The Equinox is mine.
Equinox.
No such thing. Get F out of here.
No, that is definitely a waste of talent.
No. But listen, for real, it's nothing, right? But if I'm being honest, it would just be weird if the Raiders made a trade to set us on the trajectory to being a winning organization with the Patriots, where they essentially ended our chill at the top of the mountaintop. That'd be dope, man.
Hey, Q, I agree with you, but what gunslinger doesn't make boneheaded throws? Patrick Mahomes makes boneheaded throws. He threw a pick six against us. To us. You know what I'm saying? Like they all do it. Brett Favre made some of the most boneheaded throws ever. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
I'd say he made some boneheaded moves off the field too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, even more off the field. But let's just keep it a bean, though, bro. Like you got to keep it a buck. Like every great quarterback makes boneheaded throws at times. I've seen Aaron Rodgers make a bit terrible throws. You know what I mean? All these guys, it happens. When you got guys that throw the football the way that some of these top guys do, they're going to do it. I've seen Burrow throw some terrible passes. He's still a great quarterback. It happens.
Yeah, shit ain't leather.
That shit ain't leather. Facts. Some pleather.
Shout out to people that used to rock the pleather.
Salute to our brother Hammer in the building also, man. And Girthy, it's nasty. I can't say that anymore, man. I'm just going to call you GR. Right? Nasty work. But Josh Allen is damn near the leader in interceptions every year, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL. So,
bro, it's funny. Is he one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL?
Right now? I mean, shit.
Like, bro, that's a guy that I got a problem with that, bro. This is a guy who loses big games, throws interceptions, is I don't like the way Lamar Jackson has always been questioned, and he's always been kind of like criticized, and Josh Allen is just anointed. He's not done half of the shit Lamar Jackson's done in this league. It's unbelievable, bro. I think Josh Allen is overrated, bro.
Would you take Josh Allen right now?
With the Raiders?
Yes.
Yeah, he'd be an improvement. But what I'm saying is if I had to
major improvement.
Yo, what I mean is that's not fair. Like the thing is, am I picking Josh Allen over Joe Burrow or freaking Lamar Jackson? No. You know what I'm saying? They put him in that elk. I wouldn't take him over with the kid in Los Angeles with the Chargers, Justin Herbert. I would take Justin Herbert over him too. I think when they put him in that rarefied air, I think Josh Allen has a lot more to prove, man. He I don't see greatness when I see him, man. He's got a lot more to prove.
I see a lot of people mentioning Trey Lance. Also, you guys, look, I think that Dallas is going to hold on to him. I think they still have question marks about Dak, the way he performed in the playoffs last season. You know, he's up for a major contract. I don't see them moving on from Trey Lance. I think they're going to keep him around. And, they gave up some draft capital to San Francisco to go get him. I don't see them moving on from Trey Lance. I think they keep him as a backup and try and develop him a little bit. I don't think they move on from him. I don't. I see a lot of people saying Trey Lance, see if Dallas to trade him. I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah, I don't want that buckethead joker here, man. F him.
Green, it's the offensive line as a whole, and then the defensive tackle position. Well, I can't even say that. The quarterback position. I mean, shit. I think quarterback and offensive
line. This needs to be an offensive draft, and it needs to be a defensive free agency period.
Yeah, you're right, because you know what? This is a nasty defensive tackle class, bro. Like, after the first round, there's not a lot of great defensive tackles in this draft. This is not a deep class by any means.
It's Sweat. It's the kid down in Miami.
It's Newton.
It's Newton and the kid down in Miami, Taylor. Is it Taylor or the third? The kid down in Miami.
I know exactly who you're talking. But then you're taking a flyer on some of those late round guys. This is a very, very slim pickings when it comes to defensive tackle type of class. You got to go get the defensive tackle in free agency. So Green, quarterback, offensive line. That's what I have. The two biggest positions to fill. And I'm going to go with guard because I don't know if Jermaine Illumina, we'll talk to him next week. So we'll see, where we're looking at in terms of that. But we do have Cowtown. I don't think at all, bro. I think this is a very slim defensive tackle class. I don't think this is deep at all. But I don't know what we're going to do at right tackle yet. Is it going to be Mumford? Are we bringing back a Jermaine Illumina? I don't know yet. Is Dalton Wagner going to flash in the offseason? I don't know what we're doing yet, but we need to get that right guard position intact. And then we have to figure out the center position. And there's a few of those in this draft. So, but yeah, Andy says Wagner. There you have it, man. You never know. Bro, I didn't know that.
We haven't seen Wagner take one snap in the NFL, bro. That guy might not even make the team. We don't know.
We don't know.
What I'm saying? We don't know. And I don't even want to put him in the mix. So when I'm thinking about offensive line, it's Thayer Mumford first and last, second for whatever. You know what I mean? Thayer Mumford is a huge part of what we got going forward because he can play guard like he did in college, or he could just play right tackle. And he did well, but he did even better at left.
Bro, way better at left. That's why I look at Mumford as a great backup to Colton Miller, or, we talked about potentially trying to get up to that top 3 spot and using Colton Miller as some bait. But I like Mumford at left tackle, but I wouldn't play him over Colton Miller at this point. You know what I mean? But
not yet.
It's going to be and you got to be real with you. I don't even want to talk about it yet because we don't even know who the fuck is going to be our offensive line coach.
We don't know what scheme we're going to do. Power. We don't know if we're going to be zone. We don't know.
Yeah, any of that. So we don't know. And Desert, you're right. Zach Zenner would be definitely a great pickup in the later rounds out of Michigan. Facts. Ridgeback says we can solidify our offensive line for the next 5 years with some of these guys in this draft. This is facts. Facts plus tax. Coming up on an hour and a half, you guys. Let's take a couple more questions before we get out of here. I know Wasted got work very early in the morning. I'm going to spend some time with the wife and try to get an hour in with my sons before they got to go pass out for school. But a couple questions before we dip out of here, you guys, real quick. Before we do that, let's pay some bills. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs.
Yes, sir.
Thumbs up. Salute to all the new members, the non-members. Salute to all the new subscribers. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on both channels also. And we just appreciate you guys, as always, for rocking. Had over 1,000 people in here the past hour, man. Salute to you guys.
But we did? Damn, I didn't even look.
Yeah, man. Raider Aaron says, do you think that Getsy can develop Aiden? I mean, I think that Aiden fits the mold of what Getsy is doing. So I definitely think that he can continue his trajectory upward under Getsy. I don't know if he's going to be the number one guy, you know what I'm saying? But I think he can get better.
I hate that. Listen, when we talk about developing a quarterback, you can give them some tools. There are a lot of talented coaches in the National Football League, right? You got to develop yourself in the National Football League. If I'm being honest, you got too many of these guys that have had an easy road. They've been anointed certain shit because they've been drafted at a certain level and they're not working. You got to put the work in. You want to talk about development? Tom Brady was Tom Brady because of the work. Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning because he put the work in. You got to put the effing work in. And that's the thing that I see from Aiden O'Connell. I think he's going to be good. No, he's going to hit his ceiling no matter what. Whatever that ceiling is, we don't know. But Aiden O'Connell is a hardworking kid. I bet you he comes in and he's going to come in looking totally different next year.
Oh, yeah.
more muscular and everything, because he is a hardworking kid, man.
He definitely is, man. I love Aiden O'Connell, man. The person he is, he does have an extreme work ethic. He works his ass off. He definitely lives in his playbook, but we shall see what happens in the offseason with him. Wade, I'm going to be real with you. Bo may not be there. I do believe Denver's going to be looking at Bo Nix. Also, Powers is not going to be there at 44. We might have to trade back up from the second round in order to try and get him. I see Powers as a first-round guy, but I wouldn't be mad if we got Bo Nix and Powers back-to-back. That'd be great.
Lake Show, I see it. I normally don't look at the chat during the show. Lake Show, we don't have a man crush on Aiden O'Connell, bro. What I can say is that Aiden O'Connell won a few games for us. He's a hard worker. He's a 4th-round pick. He has some talent. Are we saying that Aiden O'Connell is definitely the future? Are we saying that he's Dan Marino? No, we're not. But what we're saying is that Aiden O'Connell's a hard worker. We got respect for what Aiden O'Connell put out there in the field. And if you don't, then something's wrong with you. Nobody's saying he's Patrick Mahomes. Nobody's saying we don't got to bring in somebody else.
Did we name him the starter once? We have not named him the starter at all. Like, where
the F are you talking about?
Yeah, look, hey, Lake Show, it may sound like you may have a underlying
issue or something, bro. Do you not like people with geometrically symmetrical hairstyles? The F is wrong with you, man.
Yo, salute to Richard Hardy, man. You two are awesome. Thanks for all the hard work for the nation, man. We appreciate you, brother. I think that's the best way to end this show, man. You got anything to say, Wasted, on the way out?
No, man. I just want to say thank everybody for pulling up, man. It's been a most splendiferous occasion.
Yeah, real talk, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. We talked about the Ocho Cinco situation, talked about everything. Mike Caldwell being the new linebackers coach and, was it run game coordinator? Talked about it all. And, yeah, so until some news pops up, we will be back, you guys. But we do have some interviews coming up.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
We'll be in the shadows until then.
Yeah, I know, right? This week we may have one. We may have one. Oh, he said Lake Show. He said he's not talking about us. He's talking about the chat because everybody.
Yeah, F the chat. So, no, I just want to say F somebody. Lake Show, I just want to get angry. I'm sorry, Lake Show.
Hey, man. You know what, man? Salute to everybody here in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. Like we said before, got some guests on the way, so stay tuned for that. We have some great shows, and we have some dope guests on the way, man. So other than that, man, we love you guys as always. Appreciate y'all. We are outro 1.